Hello and welcome back to my channel. As always, I am Matt from Cleveland Sex Therapy. I'm a licensed clinical therapist and ASEX certified sex therapist. Before I begin, I just want to say thank you for being here, and if you feel so inclined, please subscribe and like my page. My goal is to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I am over halfway there. All right, so for today, I'm tackling another letter in my series of videos I am calling the sex alphabet. Each video, I will take a letter of the alphabet, starting with A and working my way down to Z, and talk about a topic relating to sex and relationships. Today, we are continuing with the letter H, and as much as you may want me to belittle, make fun of, and mock you, I'm going to hold back as we explore the kink of humiliation. So let's start with a definition. In the world of kink and BDSM, humiliation refers to consensual play where one person derives arousal, excitement, or emotional intensity from being embarrassed, teased, mocked, or placed in a position of lowered status. The key word here is consensual. Do you hear me, conservatives? Consensual. This is not about bullying. It is not about cruelty. It is not about harming someone's sense of self-worth. It is about negotiated power exchange where everyone involved understands the rules of the game. Humiliation can look very different depending on the person. For some, it's light teasing. For others, it may involve consensual name-calling, role play, exposure fantasies, or power dynamics that play with status and ego. It can be playful and giggly. It can also be intense and psychological. It can be private between two partners or part of a larger kink community setting. What matters is not the specific act. What matters is the shared understanding and agreement. Now let's talk about the why. Why would someone enjoy humiliation? Research on BDSM and kink has consistently shown that people who engage in consensual power play are not more psychologically distressed than the general population. In fact, some studies suggest that they may have similar or even slightly higher levels of openness and relationship satisfaction. Psychologists have written about the idea of escape from self, which suggests that some people enjoy experiences that temporarily quiet their inner critic or reduce the pressure of identity. Humiliation, when consensual, can create that kind of altered headspace. It allows someone to step outside of their everyday role and into a structured, erotic script. There's also the neurobiological piece here. When we engage in these intense emotional experiences, especially ones that involve vulnerability and trust, the brain releases chemicals like dopamine and serotonin. If the experience feels safe and desired, those chemicals can wire the experience straight to pleasure. What might feel mortifying in one context can feel incredibly erotic in another because the meaning has changed. For some people, humiliation is about reclaiming shame. Many of us grew up in purity culture or environments where sexuality was shamed. Consensual humiliation can be a way of taking control of those narratives. Instead of being shamed against your will, you are choosing when, how, and with whom to play with those themes. That shift in agency is powerful. It is also important to differentiate between humiliation and abuse. Abuse is about control without consent. It is about harm, fear, and coercion. Erotic humiliation is negotiated. It involves aftercare. It includes check-ins. It requires that everyone involved can stop the scene at any time. If someone is feeling degraded in a way that lingers outside the agreed context, that right there is a red flag, and it needs to be addressed. So how do people engage in humiliation play safely? First, you talk. You get very specific about what words are okay and what words are not okay. You clarify what themes are off limits. For example, body image, race, trauma history, or anything that hits too close to real life wounds. Those may be a hard no. This is where a yes, no, maybe list can be incredibly helpful. You outline what feels exciting, what feels neutral, and what is absolutely not on the table. Second, you establish a clear way to stop. Safe words are not optional in power exchange. They are foundational. Some people use the traffic light system. Green means keep going, yellow means slow down, and red means stop immediately. When humiliation is involved, it is especially important to have that safety net because the whole point is to play near vulnerability. Third, you plan for aftercare. Aftercare might look like cuddling. It might look like verbal reassurances. It might look like reminding your partner of their strengths and affirming who they are outside of the scene. Humiliation play can stir up old emotions, so grounding each other down afterwards helps integrate the experience. If you're curious but nervous, start small. Play with light teasing in a context where you both or everyone involved feels secure. Check in afterward. Ask, what did that feel like for you? What landed well? What didn't? Kink is not about getting it perfect. It is about staying curious and responsive. And I want to say this clearly. If humiliation does absolutely nothing for you, that is okay. Kinks are not moral badges. They are simply erotic interests. Some people love being worshipped. Some people love being teased. Some people love neither. The diversity of desire is part of what makes sexuality so damn fascinating. Humiliation, when done consensually and thoughtfully, is not about tearing someone down. It is about co-creating an erotic experience that plays with power, vulnerability, and meaning. It is about trust, because you cannot safely humiliate someone who does not deeply trust you. All right, we can officially cross off the letter H in the sex alphabet. How are we feeling? Humiliated? Mocked? Relieved? If this video sparked thoughts or questions, I would love to hear them. Please comment down below. And as always, it is so helpful to give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more sex positive content, and I will see you next time.